Welcome to a Starter and a Chaser podcast with your hosts, Joe Clarke and Jon Passow.
If the eyes are the windows to the soul, does that mean the mouth is the doorway?
Oh, hi. Welcome to another episode of a Starter and a Chaser podcast. I am Professional Brewer Jon Passow.
I'm Whiskey Connoisseur, Joe Clarke.
Joe, today is something special, isn't it? Tell the folks out there what we're trying.
It's a Nøgne Ø day of their sake.
Ooh, Nøgne Ø. Yeah.
So we've done a beer in the past, if you see right up here, from Nøgne Ø. It was a barley wine, but they also do sake, which is Danish for naked isle. It was started Nøgne Ø.
Oh, Nøgne Ø is Danish.
So started in 2002 by Gunnar Wig. Is located in Grimstad, Norway. They only brewed their sake from 2009 to 2018, and what's even cooler about this, we have their last two bottles. Norway's largest supplier of beer is Nøgne Ø. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, big company.
They're also the first sake brewery in Europe. Tell us a little bit about that, John.
Now, their sake, they use older, more traditional methods to brew the sake. All their sakes are yamai, which is the yeast starter method that creates natural lactic acid. And all of the rice that they use is Jinpu rice from Hokkaido, Japan. And we're going to start off with their sparkling sake, that's 12.5% ABV, and then move to the Jinmai Ginjo. Jinmai Ginjo, which is hard to say.
Better than me.
Comes in at 15% ABV, and it is a still sake. Now, Jinmai Ginjo is, by definition, means pure rice. So I don't know why it's not listed on their sparkling. Maybe they use a little bit of sugar to create CO2, and maybe that's why they can't get that definition on there. I don't know. If you know the answer to that, leave us a comment below and be sure to hit subscribe. Joe, we're gonna take a quick break, crack these open and pour them, and we'll be right back.
So this is also, just real quick, guys, this is the sparkling sake, just give you a little idea of the bottle.
Blue bottle.
And this is the
Junmai Ginjo.
Yeah, you say that one. And that's that one there. Nice, clear. All right, guys.
We'll be
see
right
you in just
back.
1 second.
So, Joe, tell us the difference in the noses between the two.
Okay.
Starting off with the sparkling.
Looks like sparkling white wine or champagne.
Champagne.
There's not like much to it, really. Yeah, there's not a whole lot going on with the nose. It almost, I don't know if I'm tricking myself into thinking this, but it almost is like wine-like, really.
Okay.
I don't, that's all I can explain, like a white wine, like, yeah, okay.
Now the Junmai Ginjo.
Whoa, I don't even know what that note is. It is very strong. It is very musty. Very musty, and that's like the only thing I pull on it.
Now, by musty,
Like,
you mean like dank
almost,
basement?
almost like a moldy towel.
Moldy towel.
Yeah,
Huh,
that's what it
interesting.
smells like.
All right. Well,
I just, yeah.
let's dive
Let's
in.
go into the sparkling. Yeah, cool. It's like beer and wine-like.
It kind of is. It's kind of
Like a mash.
there's some nice sweetness to it, and it's almost like grape sweetness, but
Yeah.
it's almost like sticky malt. It's
Yeah.
really interesting. That effervescence is nice.
It's like beer and wine mixed, dude.
For my palate, it's kind of almost like a Moscato wine that's been carbonated.
Okay. It's
'cause-
very wine-like.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
wine-like.
And there is kind of like a mustiness that in the wine world, I wouldn't call foxy, but I would call more of a like a noble rot note that you would get from botrytis. and that can leave like a musty, funky note to it, and that's kind of what I'm getting with this.
I wonder if that's what we're going to experience more of with the non-carbonated, yeah, that one.
Well, I think we should jump into it then, shouldn't we?
Should we palate rinse?
Yeah, let's get a little sip. Oh, by the way, sake, once open, close it back up.
Did I totally steal that?
What?
Did I totally steal your mug?
No, I gave it to you. You're good. Now, once you open sake, it's good for about a week. It's best within 2 to 3 days, but you can drink it for up to a week before it gets kind of, don't want to. And sake is generally good for about 2 years bottled. Now, they stopped production back in 2018, so we're approaching that 2-year mark.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Woo, man. I don't know. I hope it's cheers and cheery.
Now this
tastes like the more traditional sake that I would expect versus that.
Yeah, that's like weirdly wine-like, and this is like, it's got a little bit of weight, not as sticky sweet as that first one.
I was nervous because the closer it got to my face, the sipper, I'm like, the nose is not very pleasant, but the taste is actually, it's nice. It's not overpoweringly sweet.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of light citrusy.
I do get citrus. I do get a little funk. There is a funk. That acid, that lactic acid that hits kind of like a pucker on the side of the mouth, which kind of might lend to that citrus note.
Was there any reason they don't produce the sake anymore? It's just kind of...
I'm not entirely sure.
If you guys know, or if Nøgne Ø, if you want to comment down below, how come you guys don't do this anymore?
Because this is
pretty good. Yeah.
I mean, I would drink the hell out of this, and I think I will in between shows here.
Yeah.
All right, Joe. Sake that's no longer produced from Europe's first sake brewery and Norway's largest craft brewery. What are your final thoughts?
My final thoughts on this are I did not care for the sparkling one, this one in this glass here, because I'm not a big champagne type person.
Okay.
And this reminds me of that a lot, and it just kind of was off-putting to me. It was too sweet for me, and I don't know, it tastes like champagne to me for some reason. Really, it really does. It mirrors a lot. This one here, this is cool because it's very different. It's more the traditional sake that I've had. I shouldn't say that I've had before, like I've had before, that style, but there's definitely more flavor in this sake than I've ever had. I can tell you that. A lot of them that I have are more just watery and flat and nothing, no real like you're pulling notes out of or a lot of flavors to them. This is nice because it's citrusy and that balances out that real cloyingly sweet that I got from the other one. Yeah, I like it. I'd drink this.
The sparkling, I'm actually on the other side of the fence than Joe is. I like it. It's a tad too sweet for my tastes.
Okay.
So I mean that aside, I thought it had some interesting complexities to it. The mouthfeel was good, but that sweetness really kind of hindered me a little bit. But this one by far is the sheer winner. You cannot tell that this is 15% alcohol. I mean, this is dangerously drinkable. I mean, this will go down in nothing flat, and it already is.
This is easier to go down than like Busch Light. You know what I mean?
Well, that's because the flavor is kind of hard on that one, and this is tasty and smooth.
I mean, I would pull more alcohol on a cheap, crappy beer versus this. 15%. You can't even, there's nothing, no one would ever tell that there's alcohol in this.
Yeah, not at all. The complexity on this, the slight, subtle funk mixed with that citrus and the acid, just alone is fantastic, but with food, it'd be killer. Up front, there is a little bit of just like this kind of ricey white rice cleanness, and then boom, that flavor roller coaster starts to take off. I would have liked to try this fresh to see what it was like. And this is, we're approaching the end of its life, but it's still got some life to it, man. Mm-hmm. This is really cool.
It's got a lot of life to it, yeah.
Thank you very much, Nøgne Ø.
Yes, thank you.
And if you enjoyed the episode, be sure to hit subscribe, check us out on Instagram, stick us in your ears on all the audio podcasts.
See all the links down low for the audio podcast.
Yep. And we will be back next time. Now, I'm going to put this more into...
is that the door?
This is going right in the front door. Where's the back door?
Uh-oh.